स्वागत है आपका हमारे चैनल AVN Knowledge में। Till last video we talked about different techniques of motivation. We'll move from further from the topic. There are multiple types of motivation. I talked about techniques of motivation. So till last video we talked about two techniques of motivation. Number one was financial motivation and second was non-financial motivation. For financial motivation, I told you there are multiple ways in how you can motivate financially to your employees, to your subordinates. However, there are multiple types of non-monetary motivation, or you can say non-financial motivation. So today we'll talk about non-financial motivation. So let's go ahead and let's have a look into it. Number one, so we are talking about non-financial motivation. Number one, non-financial motivation. So number A is status and job security. That means if you are providing a good job status and job security to their employees, then they will feel motivated. How? Let's talk about you can see in the market most of the people are losing their jobs just because of this a big pandemic. Nowadays you can see people are losing their jobs just because this is a big pandemic. एक बहुत बड़ी महामारी के कारण लोग अपनी जॉब को क्या कर रहे हैं, खो रहे हैं. So this is how you can motivate your people? No, because you are asking them to leave. You are asking them to leave. So that's how your employee will not get motivated. Then how your employee should get motivated? You have to provide them job security. You have to provide them job security so that they always feel that yes, our job is safe here and there is no one to ask us to leave the job. And you also have to make sure, you as a management, you also have to make sure that you are providing a good status to them. That means you are providing a skillful work, or you are assigning a good work to the employee so that he can feel yes, whatever capability I have, I am doing the same kind of work. That does not mean you are not identifying the skills of an employee and you are giving them any of the employee any kind of no. This will not work for them. So in simple words you can say job security and job status is a way of motivation for their employees. Number two, praise and honor. What do you mean by praise? In Hindi, if I talk about, it's called prasansa karna, and honor means samman dena. Do you think that as a management we should praise our employees or we should honor our employees? Yes, there is a word there is a saying in English, give respect and take respect. अगर आप सम्मान देंगे तो आपको सम्मान मिलेगा. So in simple words, if you are praising your employees, if they are doing a great job, if they are doing a good job in some other things, then you have to praise them. अगर आप क्या कर रहे हैं, उनकी प्रशंसा कर रहे हैं, अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ की प्रशंसा कर रहे हैं, तारीफ कर रहे हैं, then वो तारीफ कब करेंगे आप? जब your employees are doing good job, they are performing their task, the assigned task within the time limit and in such a manner that you want him to do. अगर आप तारीफ कर रहे हैं अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ की, वो भी टाइमली बेसिस पर, whenever it's required. It's not like that you have to always praise your employees. No, whenever they are doing a great job, then only you have to praise them. And one more thing, you also have to honor them. You also have to honor them. If you are giving honor to them, you can expect the same kind of thing from them as well. अगर आप अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ की तारीफ कर रहे हैं, अगर आप अपने एम्प्लॉय का सम्मान कर रहे हैं, तो आप भी उनसे अपने लिए सम्मान की उम्मीद रख सकते हैं. Because I told you there is a word called give respect and take respect. अगर आप सम्मान करेंगे तो आपको भी सम्मान मिलेगा. So management has to make sure that we are giving honor or we are praising our employee to their work. Number next one is participation in management. How? Do you think that all the employees should participate in the management? The employees who all work in an organization, यानी जितने भी सारे कर्मचारी एक कंपनी में काम कर रहे हैं, should participate in the management? Your answer would be no. Because if you are thinking that there is some group of person, or you can say a single person who are doing a great job, who is giving his 100 or 200% should include him or her in participation of management, or you can say you have to or you should take advice from him. There might be possibility that he may advise you a good idea which may give you a huge profit, so if you are involving employees in management, then they also feel motivated. So this is one of the way to motivate your employees. So which kind of motivation this is? This is called non-financial motivation. So let's move ahead. Effective leadership and supervision. Effective leadership and supervision. You should give a chance to your employee to supervise a group of people. At least you should give a chance, at least a chance, so that they feel motivated that yes, my boss or my supervisor at least analyzing me to lead a group of people. आपको अपने employees के लिए अपने employees को the employee who is working very good should give a chance. आपको अपने employee को एक chance देना चाहिए ताकि वो अपने एक group of people को एक 10 या 15 कर्मचारियों को क्या कर पाए, lead कर पाए, so that it will go down your workload. इससे आपका भी workload कम हो जाएगा और that employee also get motivated और वो आपका employee भी क्या रहेगा, motivated feel करेगा. So this is one of the way of non-financial motivation. Let's move ahead. Delegation of authority. I told you in the earlier videos or previous videos, you can say delegation. Delegation means distribution. बंटवारा, बांट देना. And what? Delegation of what? Authority. Authorities को बांट देना. So do you think that authority should be delegated? I told you in the earlier way or principle of management when we were talking about principle of management, then I told you delegation of authority and responsibility should be in a similar way, in a same sense, because delegation of authority is important. If you are not delegating authorities to the group of people, then they will not be able to understand and they will not be responsible. If you want that your employee should be responsible for the task which was assigned to them, then you have to give some authority to them so that they feel responsible and they also feel motivated. तो उन्हें भी क्या लगेगा, वो भी motivated feel करेंगे. So what you have to do is you just have to delegate the authority to your employees. Let's move on. Job expansion and alteration. So let's divide this topic into two separate categories. Number one is job expansion and number second is alteration. What is job expansion? Let's take an example and I'll tell you, I'll help you to understand this topic. Job expansion means, let's take an example. There is an employee A who is working with organization ABC. This is employee and this is organization. So, if this organization has assigned 5 tasks to this employee, if this organization assigned 5 tasks, there are 5 tasks which Mr. A has to perform in their day-to-day duties. यानी 5 काम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ABC ने Mr. A को असाइन कर रखे हैं जो एक Mr. A को अपने पूरे दिन में कंप्लीट करने हैं. Now, organization ABC has analyzed that Mr. A is performing very good and completing all the assigned 5 tasks within a time or before the time. That means now organization ABC, what organization will think that he is more efficient. Now, what ABC will do? ABC will assign 2 more tasks to Mr. A. Why ABC is assigning 2 more tasks to Mr. A? Why not to other? Because Mr. A is more efficient. He is completing his task before the time limit. So in that case, what happened? Job expansion. What was earlier job? 5 tasks. What is this time job? 7 tasks. So what happened here? Expansion of job. In expansion means expansion मतलब बढ़ावा कर देना, बढ़ोतरी कर देना. किस चीज में बढ़ोतरी कर देना? उसके टास्क में, उसको जो काम दिए गए थे उन कामों में बढ़ोतरी कर देना. So do you think here Mr. A also feel motivated? What will be your answer? Some of you will say, sir, Mr. A will think why they are giving me extra work. Some of you will say, yes, Mr. A will feel motivated because he will feel like I am more efficient. That is the only reason my organization is assigning me 2 more tasks. So this is the one of the way to how you can motivate your employees by giving them job expansion. This is the one of the way. The second one is like Mr. A is handling a single department. You can say like this. This is called marketing department. Here Mr. A is doing a great job. Again the same thing. What ABC is thinking now, giving him one more department, it's called production. So now Mr. A has to handle 2 departments. Number 1, marketing. Number 2, production. So is this called job expansion? Yes, this is called job expansion. So job expansion simply means increment in job responsibilities. We were talking about alteration. Alteration. Do you know what do you mean by alteration? Alteration simply means बदलाव, change कर देना. Understand this topic by an example. There is a Mr. A who is handling marketing department, and there is a Mr. B who is handling, say for example, production department. Everything is going good with this department because Mr. A is doing tremendous job. However, Mr. B is doing 100% but not that much good that A is performing. Now, what organization want? Organization want that all the department should work smoothly so that organization can earn more and more profit. What now organization will do? Organization will take an action, it's called will swipe them. Will swipe them. How? That means now Mr. A will handle department, means production department. Mr. B will handle marketing department. So how it will increase the responsibility? Here responsibilities are not increasing. Here the job alteration happenings. Alteration means badlav. So what's happening here? Job alteration. For A it's job alteration, and for B it's also job alteration. So if you are doing job alteration, job expansion for an employee, it is also a way of motivation for your employees. Let's move on. It's called group discussion. In short, we also call it GD. You might have listened this topic in a general way. GD means group discussion. In Hindi we'll call it Samuh Vartalap, but we'll not talk about Hindi. Samuh Vartalap you can say group discussion, or you can say GD. GD means if you are organizing group discussion in an organization in a particular period of time. अगर आप अपनी organization में group discussion GD करवा रहे हैं, organize करवा रहे हैं, that means you are giving your employee a good opportunity to perform in front of group of people. अगर आप organization में GD अवेलेबल करवा रहे हैं, GD ऑर्गेनाइज करवा रहे हैं, दैट मीन्स अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ को एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म दे रहे हैं जहां से वो अपने अंदर की हेजिटेशन को दूर कर पाएं और अ लार्ज ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल, एक बहुत बड़े संख्या में लोगों के साथ बातचीत करने में किसी तरह की उनको हेजिटेशन ना हो. That means if you are organizing GD in an organization, that means you are motivating your employees. So an employer has to make sure they are motivating their people by organizing group discussion on a smaller period of time. It may be 1 month, or it may be 2 months, or it may be more than that as well. So group discussion is one of the way where you can motivate your employees. So I hope you understood this topic, group discussion. We'll move on, opportunity for development. How you can motivate your people by giving them an opportunity for development. आप अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ को डेवलपमेंट की अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ देकर कैसे मोटिवेट कर सकते हैं? आप अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ को डेवलपमेंट की अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ देकर कैसे मोटिवेट कर सकते हैं. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज, इफ यू आर प्रोवाइडिंग particular kind of training to your employees. Say for example, some of your employees are not able to speak in English, and some of your employees are very well or very well versed with English. Then what you have to do is you have to provide them a particular training so that they can compete each other and they can learn how to speak in English. So what you are doing here, you are providing them a training, or you can say you are giving them an opportunity. आप क्या कर रहे हैं, उनको एक opportunity दे रहे हैं. For what? For their development. This will also help them to grow in their personal career as well, and this will also help with your organization. This will also help to your organization, because if your organization's employees are very well versed with the English part, and they are very good and they are professionals, then your corporate image will increase. I told you in the last video, let's take an example of Google. So why everyone is not getting selected in Google? Because Google wants their employees should be more capable, giving their 200%, and they are pretty much skilled, or you can say having a depth knowledge in their particular area. So what they are doing to grow them, they are providing different kind of communications training, group discussion training, and they are giving them a multiple opportunity for their development. So if you are giving any kind of opportunity to your employees for their development, that means you are motivating them by way of non-financial motivation. Let's move on. Competition and challenges. Competition and challenges. If you are organizing a competition in an organization, say for example, there is an organization, let's take an example, you can say anything, Airtel, a simple example of it. Airtel, you might have seen they are organizing a competition between their employees, and they are giving some award of it. They are giving some award of it, like there is employee A and there is employee B. Say for example, you have given a target to them, both of them, then you have to sell 100 connection and you have to sell 100 connection. So what you are doing, you are giving a competition to both of them. Yes, you have to do this and you have to do this. Now Mr. A and Mr. B feel motivated. So what kind of motivation this is? This is called non-financial motivation. Non-financial motivation, because you are providing them competitive environment. So what you have to do is you have to provide competition and challenges, and you have to give them a challenge. You have to give them a challenge that if you are completing this challenge within the particular time limit, then you will get this, then you will get this. So this is called non-financial motivation. Let's move on to the last one. This is the last one but not the least. Healthy environment. What do you mean by healthy environment? Healthy environment का मतलब क्या है यहाँ पर? Healthy, do you mean that you should provide them apple in the office or in a factory? No, it does not mean. What do you mean by healthy environment? Healthy environment simply says the environment where your employees, your labor are working should be healthy. There should be proper air, there should be proper water, and the place where they are working should be neat and clean. हेल्दी इन्वायरमेंट का मतलब है जहां पर आपके एम्प्लॉइज और आपके वर्कर काम कर रहे हैं, जिस जगह पर भी वो बैठकर या खड़े होकर काम कर रहे हैं, वो प्लेस साफ सुथरा होना चाहिए, वहां पर पीने योग्य पानी प्रॉपर होना चाहिए, प्रॉपर एयर होनी चाहिए, बेसिक थिंग्स. The basic thing which is required in an office or in a factory should be there. This is called healthy environment. If you are providing healthy environment to your employees, to your labor, then they will feel motivated. So there are some ways, that's how you can provide motivation to your employees. So we talked about this much of status and job security, we talked about praise and honor, we talked about participation in management, we talk about effective leadership, and we talk about delegation authority, we talk about job expansion. I told you group discussion, which is the important one. Group discussion is more important for an employee. opportunity for development. I told you different kind of opportunity if you are providing your employees, like different kind of training you are providing your employees so that they can grow in their professional and personal career. I told you competition and challenges. In that, I told you competition, you should have some kind of competition or challenge in your organization or in your factory so that they can feel motivated. And one more thing, that is called healthy environment. I told you the place where they are working should be healthy so that they can feel motivated. So in this video, we talk about motivation. There were two kind of motivation, or you can say there were two techniques of motivation. First was financial and second was non-financial. So if I talk about for your exam perspective, what is most important? Both of them are more important, but I would again suggest you should more focus on non-financial motivation, because in an exam what happens, what they ask, that you are not even thinking about it. वो एग्जाम में क्या पूछ सकते हैं इसके बारे में आप सोच भी नहीं सकते. What happened with us? एग्जाम में क्या होता है हम लोगों के साथ? हम लोगों के साथ वही होता है कि ये तो क्वेश्चन मैंने पढ़ा ही नहीं था, ये तो मैंने सॉल्व ही नहीं किया था, अरे ये तो मैंने मिस कर दिया था. नहीं. So, just for example, I'm giving you non-financial motivation is more important, because what they ask, even you are not thinking about. तो वही एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है जिसके बारे में आप सोच भी नहीं सकते. So, if you want to have a exam perspective questions, yes, keep learning and keep watching our videos and do subscribe and do like our videos. Thank you so much for watching.